Hello, T-Bago, Dustin Dude, Ophelia. I thought you might catch this Dove stream, as well as anyone else who's watching. Yes, it is a Gertchi T-Bago, and it's Dorf as well. I'm going to try something a little bit different with the Dorf today, um, because now let me see if I can figure out how to set this up. Because I need the live split to be on screen at the same time as the game. Hello, WTF. I'm sorry to hear you fell sick, but thanks for joining the stream anyway. So I need to do a full screen capture. There we go. So that. I don't know if that's the best place for the chat or not. Probably not, actually. Let's put the chat over above my head. So yeah, there's a time on the screen. So the way that dorfromantik speedruns work is there's only 4 categories. They're all in classic mode, and it's just first to 2,000 points, 5,000 points, 10,000 points, and 25,000 points. And if you're thinking Dorf is not a game that lends itself to speedrunning because you sort of it tends to be played slowly and you sit there and think about where you're going to place each tile. That's why I'm speedrunning it, because not many people have, so I might be able to get a reasonable time. Now the record for the 2,000 point category is only 31 seconds, and the guy who got this admits that he got very lucky, so I don't think we're going to be beating that. But I'll have a go, and if I can get under a minute, I think I'll consider that a success. And then, yeah, sub 1 minute. And then, then as you go up the categories, there are fewer and fewer people on the leaderboards, and then the 25,000 actually doesn't have a run yet. Now I have scored more than 25,000 points in Dorf, so I could just send a recording of that, but I think to count as a speed run there needs to be at least some attempt to play the game fast. So yeah, 25,000 takes a bit longer to achieve, so we're going to start with 2,000 and see how we go with that. Now, the way the timing works for this, there is an auto splitter. For those of you not familiar with speedrunning, this little box I've got up here with a number on it, this is a timer. There is a thing called an auto splitter, which is where you have the program that's doing the timing look into the game memory to see what score you've got and then automatically stop the timer at the right time. I can't get that to work for Dorf, so I'm just going to have to stop it manually at the right time, and then if I do get a good time, what I'll do is I'll watch the VOD back and retime it from that before I submit it to the leaderboard. The way the timing works in this game is you're allowed to look at the start of the map and look at your first few tiles, and then the time doesn't start till you place your first tile. So as soon as I place a tile, time starts, and then there was some debate on the speedrun forum about whether it stops when you actually score your 5,000 or 2,000 points, or whether the score appears on the screen, because when you place a tile, there's a delay between you putting the tile down and the score updating. Now I'm hoping my times aren't good enough that will actually mean anything. Anyway, I'm going to reset this back to empty. And yeah, I'm just going to give it a few goes and see what happens. So without further ado, go. Early on, you tend to get a lot of quests, and the trick is to finish the quests as fast as possible so you can start new ones. I'm not really worried. Usually in Dorf you worry about getting edges lined up, but you don't do that in this mode because it's all just going too fast. Quest for that. Oh, I put that in the wrong place. Field. Railway, what the hell? Can't use that. No, field. And early game your points are mainly going to be from quests. Oh, for fuck's sake, there's a railway there. Okay, I've completely ruined that spot. I can't complete that now. Yeah, there's just not long enough to make perfect placements to get enough points from those. So, you pretty much have to get points from quests and then just spam the rest of the tiles down. Anyway, that's the 2,000 points. That was absolutely terrible time. I completely messed it up here by not realising there's a small bit of rail on this tree tile, so I'm not even going to save that time. Thank you, Titian or Tyson John 136 for following me. Yes, Few, that is a trend track. And thanks, Dustin, for saying time. As I say, if I do get a good time, I will retime it. But I'm also not going to be looking at chat while I play for obvious reasons. You're probably not going to see any actual moving trains or boats in this these runs, Few. So I do apologise for that because I know it's your favourite bit of the game. Yeah, perfect give a lot more points than quests. The problem is figuring out a perfect takes time. Whereas the quests are in nice, big, easy to read numbers, and at the start of the game you do get a lot of quests. So I think the best strategy, and certainly the strategy that the current world record uses, is just to complete as many quests as quickly as possible. Now I think I was on course for about a minute there if I hadn't completely messed up these trees by not realising there's railway in it. So I'm going to try again without doing that. A lot of tries and hope for good tiles. Well, yeah, so what I've got here, for example, this is a good start because you can see I've got some trees on my third tile. So that's immediately going to complete the tree quest. Whereas if, for example, I started with a railway and then a river and then a field or something, that would not be nearly as good. Which tile is comparable? Okay, so yes, we call these tiles in Dorfromantik. Few is more familiar with Scrabble, which also has tiles. I mean, I can't show it you at the moment, but there is a tile that has one bit of railway on, and a river, and a field, and a tree, and a house. So that one, because it's really difficult to use. Anyway, I'm going to start another run. It's mostly a case of keeping the same things next to each other to make the quests complete quickly. Trees. No, that's a house quest. I saw the trees and I put it on the trees, but it's a house. It's got a railway on it. I don't want a railway. That's a closed quest, I didn't realise, sorry. Nearly there. Can I just spam my way to 2,000 now? No, I can't, is the answer. Okay, there we go. Well, I think that was about 55 if I wasn't messing around at the end. But yeah, so 101. So I will say that that's my best time and I'll give it another go. Yes, I'll take my best time, please. The other thing I can do is repeatedly hit new game until I get 3 tiles at the start that look reasonable, which is mainly going to be no railway. 2 boats is actually alright because they should contribute to each other's quests at least, which is better than nothing. Kind of messed up the river quests here. I've also kind of messed up the field quests here. Trees, different one. Okay. Okay, 40, I think that was probably 45, I didn't quite stop it in time, but 46 we've got there. So if we consult the leaderboard, that is good enough for second place, which is not bad. I didn't expect to have second place by now, but yeah, I think if I retime that, I'm pretty sure it's going to be under 47. Now, as I say, I don't think I'm going to beat the 31. So I'll probably take that for now and move on to the 5,000 point category. Now, I have a feeling this category is less optimized. It's not just a case of, well, 5,000 is 2,000 times 2.5, therefore it should take 2.5 times as long, because the speed at which you get quests slows down as the game progresses, so you can't gain points as fast the more points you get. But this 340 certainly seems less optimized than the 31 in the 2,000 point category. So I'll give the 5,000 point category a go next. Now, of course, what you can do is just play a game up to 25,000 points and do a split at 2,000 and 5,000 and 10,000. The problem with that, I think, is if you're going for 2,000, you're going to do what I'm doing now. Not really making many perfects and just going as fast as you can to the target. Whereas I think if you're going for 25,000 point run, you'd get there faster if you started off going slightly more slowly and making more careful placements. So you wouldn't necessarily get both records in the same run. So for that reason, I'm going to treat each one as a separate category. So yes, I would like to update my best time. I'm going to now go to 5,000 points. And I will try and go a little bit more slowly and more thoughtful about what I'm placing to try and get some perfects in there as well. So here we go. Oops. Immediately messes up the first placement. One of the skills involved with this is being able to rotate accurately with your mouse, which is not a skill I've really perfected yet. Yeah, so I am actually going to try and work towards getting perfect here. I get a completely useless tile. I'll try and at least get some of the boundaries lined up if it doesn't lose me too much time. The other thing I need to be doing is closing off completed quests where possible, so that it reduces the size of the following quests, because the size of a quest is dependent on how big of a quest you've already completed. I don't think I'm going to get that one, so I'm just going to discard it. The other thing to do is if you don't think you can get a quest, you should try and cancel it as quickly as possible, because then you'll get given a newer one. Bad pace? It is a bad pace, Dustin, but since this is my first 5,000 point run, I'm just going to send it and see what happens, just to get a feel for what sort of time it's going to be. Yes, this is a terrible pace because I'm not at 2,000 yet, but I do have more perfects lined up, which will translate into points later on, hopefully, at least that's the theory. Like here, for example, I just got 120 points from that placement, which I wouldn't have got those points doing the 2,000 point one. Yeah, but I've pretty much completely messed up this map now. The thing, technique I think, is being able to quickly hit undo if you place a bad placement, which I have been doing a lot. Also, not closing off an area is okay, but failing to close off an area because you've got a rail or a river next to it and you can't close it is definitely not a good strategy. Yeah, so we are getting some perfects from this occasionally. I'm not having much luck closing field quests for some reason. I keep crashing my railways into roads and then into rivers, and I'm not getting anything from them. Like, I can't complete these quests now, but I can't cancel them either. So yeah, this is an example of how not to do it. So we complete the houses. But yeah, even no, exactly 3 houses for this quest, which is annoying. Trees. Need exactly 1 house to complete the 1 house quest. Houses, anyone? 1 house. See, the problem is now it's not going to give me many more quests because I've got these outstanding rail quests that I can't complete. But that's okay. Practice. Can I get this? No. Oh, I should have put the rail here because that only needs 1 more. We might be about there. There we go. So that was a 4:24, which is a fairly terrible time. But that would still be 3rd on the leaderboard out of 4. So currently have 3rd place. So let's save that. How does GitHub use any CPU? I mean, it's got to use some CPU because it's a computer program. Yeah, by GitHub, do you mean the website, Dustin, or do you mean like Goose? Yeah, that's not GitHub, Dustin. That was a game that you were playing, which it could just be that game wasn't very well programmed. But also the fact you haven't got a very powerful computer. Yeah, it's an itch.io game, which is, I mean, it's just not a very optimized game, I'd imagine. It's probably just something that was slapped together fairly quickly. So I'm going to give another attempt at the 5,000 point category. I need to. I'd say I'm happy if I get under 4 minutes. The second place is 3 minutes 51, so I suppose that's my goal now. You can customize this live split to have like target times and PBs and stuff. I haven't got that far yet. Yeah, boat, and I'm actually going to reset now, not have a boat, because yeah, you might as well start with at least 2 of the same tile. It helps you get the quest more quickly. Having said that, I immediately get awkward tiles. Didn't get any perfects from those. Okay. computer didn't like that frame at all for some reason. It's an exact number quest. I hate those. I can't just figure out the quest of everything else. They are so annoying. There. I need exactly 3 houses there, so I've got to skip all these house tiles until I find a house tile with exactly 3 houses on it, because otherwise I can't complete that quest. That's another house tile with 4 houses on it. That's not got 4 houses on it. This has got a rail in it. Oh, this isn't exactly up. Yeah, see, you can also just be screwed over by what quest you happen to get. That is another problem. I think I might start playing more zoomed out as well if we're going for highest score. Okay, finally I can complete that. The other thing is that there are flag quests where you have to close the area off. You just don't get that many points for closing off a flag quest, I find. Yeah, I'm again stuck with having too many quests that I can't complete. I think maybe we just have a rule that if you get 3 rail quests at the start of the game, you're going to have to reset, because you can only complete rail quests with rails, and you don't get very many rails. They're the tile you get the least of out of all the different tile types. Much to Fu's disappointment, since he likes watching the trains run. Going to look for a tile that I have 2 of the same at the start. There we go. Oh, I have got a train. Okay, here we go. So you immediately get 2 quest completions by doing that. This tile is horrible. I don't want it. So almost immediately I'm stuck with another rail quest, which is not what I want at all. Alright, I've messed up this. Yeah, I'm going to restart this one actually. It's very easy to just get completely stuck with the quests you have at the start. Like when you start, you've only got 6 choices of where to put a tile. So if you get a water tile like that with rivers going in 4 directions, that then prevents you from placing anything but rivers on those 4 tiles, it's very easy to just completely mess up the arrangement. Let's try again. So I think this just comes down to there's a lot of RNG in this one. And I know speedrunners like to blame RNG for all manner of things. Yeah, like here, for example, I can't complete this because of the rail. And if I placed it in any other configuration, I wouldn't get perfects, which would slow me down. So I need to start with a configuration that actually gives me points, basically. This should do. Yeah, so I can do that, and then that. No, it's an exact number quest. I can't do that. I have to do that. Don't get points. Yeah, I think that 40-second run I had there was a lot of 46-second. That was luckier than maybe it seemed at the time, because I didn't get anything really stupid happening that slowed me down. Like rail quests that wouldn't complete. Yeah, see now I'm trying to make perfects out of these, but you can't spend too long looking. It's not worth the time spent. Isn't worth the points gained, if you like. So trees. It's just so much faster to look at what quests are available and what you can do. Field houses. Yeah. Just going to block that. Doesn't actually matter where I put that. exact house quest. I need to do that. Let's put that on rails because rails are harder. Yeah, train station can go on rails or rivers. You generally want, having said that, I've just got a rail. You generally want them on rail because that's hard. Rails are harder to get. So let's got a rail attached to it, which slows me down. Exact field quest. Can't put it there. Need a big field to complete that. I'm probably not going to get one, so let's just cancel it. Exact rail quest, so I couldn't connect it to my other rails. I can't connect this to my other houses either. Put that at one end. Put all new houses down here. We still have to have the screen big enough to see the river we're making up here. Trees. There's actually, yeah, there's flags on this wood, I've just realised, so I need to cut it off at some point. Let's just do that now. This is an exact water quest, which is annoying. Trying to think too hard. Let me just cut off these trees and hope for the best. That only, yeah, see, the cutting off really doesn't give you very many points. I would have been better off trying to continue that there. Just need a... oh, I need a water train station there. I've screwed myself on that as well. Okay. Yeah. There is some minimum level of planning required for this sort of run, which I have completely failed to execute, unfortunately. No, I can't use these rail tiles either. There we go. Okay. We got under 4 minutes. We got a 3:55, and I feel like it could have been more like a 3:30 if I hadn't completely messed up at the end there. I mean, see, that to me that run looked really bad, but it was only 15 seconds slower than the world record, which makes me think the world record is gettable. Can you just do like splits for 2,000, 5,000, you can get 2,000 BB from going 5,000? So as I explained, Dustin, I don't think the optimum strategy is the same for both. I think for the 5,000 mode and up, you should at least pay some attention to getting perfects, which you shouldn't do on 2,000, I don't think. But also, if I could get the auto splitter working, the answer would be yes. I don't want to be looking in the corner at my score until I'm getting close to 5,000 and having to do the split. If I am doing a 5,000 run and think that I got a really good time, then I will go back and watch the VOD and retime it. Obviously, it doesn't matter if I've got a timer on screen. All that matters is I'm recording this, which I obviously am because I'm on stream. Yeah, so I am just going to go for 5,000 for now. But yes, you can auto split in chat by saying exact time on screen when you hit 5,000. Yes, that would be helpful, Dustin, if you could do that. I mean, yeah, it's the leaderboard doesn't even have fractions of a second for most of the time, so near a second is probably good enough. So yeah, I'm going to keep trying the 5,000 because I do think I can probably get, well, I like to think I can get under 340, but let's just make beating 355 my goal for now. There's not going to be a 2,000 WR, Dustin. If I get to 2,000 that fast, I will know it, and I will probably stop there immediately because I'll be panicking. Literally, they just got insanely lucky with the quest. Like every other tile they placed was a quest, so they were just completing like a quest every second for 31 seconds. I don't think I'm going to have that kind of luck. Not even having luck with my resets at the moment. Okay, here we go. Playing this is a bit like Tetris in that you've got to keep one eye on the playing area and one eye on the corner to see what tiles are coming, which I haven't quite learned to do yet. Perfect. I'm stuck on. I'm locked onto water and train quests again, as usual. It's always the way. Okay, get the trees. There. Right, it wants me to close these. I'm just going to start ignoring the close markers because they don't actually help with anything. Yeah, because that. It's honestly faster to just not worry about them. That's a bad idea. If I realise it's a bad idea quickly enough, I can undo. Is one thing. New train going that way, maybe. Please give me something with 2 fields on it, please. Game. That's 1 field. Please give me something with 1 field on it. Game. There we go. And just if I see a river, I'm just going to not place it anywhere near anything else because it's so easy to screw yourself over that way. Have I screwed myself over now with this? I don't know if this exact house quest, where to put the veil. I don't know if this exact house quest is going to work now, or if it's going to be impossible. No, water quest. I see trees and don't realise there's water on them. Oh yeah, that failed that. Whoops, never mind. Let's just keep going. One more. That completes. Got the flags down, I think. Yep. 11 more houses. 1 more field. Got to complete the correct quest as well. That's the other consideration. Trees again. Houses. Might want to close that off, is not what I want. That's an exact number, that's not going to work. Yeah, we've missed the target time again, but we're closer, I think. Oh, no, we're not. Never mind. Yeah, it's all gone to pot at the end here. There we are. 4:01 that was, but I just reset it anyway because we're over 4 minutes. This is way better. Yeah, I know, Justin. So that was slower than last time. I got to about 4,500 and ran out of momentum. Let me see what people are saying in chat. Sorry, a minute. Maybe try the octopus approach rather than the large hub. So, T-Bagger, the thing is, if you match every edge of a tile and get what's called a perfect placement, that's 60 bonus points, and completing a quest is only 50 points. So those are actually really good to get if you can get them. So you want to, at least at the start, have a sort of hub, because that gets you more perfect placements, which gets you more points. Towards the end, yes, I'm just sort of tacking onto quests by extending them outwards. because there's no point trying to perfectly place these tiles that are on the outside, because the run is going to be over before I can surround them. So the only tiles that I would care about perfect placements on are the ones that are completely surrounded, which is actually not very many of them. So towards the second half of the run, I don't care about perfect placements anymore. I just care about completing quests. See, this is way better. Dustin, we both do different content, okay? You're better at Scrabble. You're better at creating me's of popular streamers and also me. And whatever else it is you do, you're better at setting calendar cubes to the correct date. I can't do cubes at all. Woggle, yeah. Word games with suspiciously close trademarks to other word games. You don't really know Dorf. Oh, you've watched. Oh, so you watched. Did you watch the 2,000 point speedrun then, or the 5,000 point? Because, yeah, I certainly towards the end that is what all the runs are going to be doing. But I think if I want to get a good time, I need to be making a hub in the middle at the start. Anyway, let's do another 5,000 attempt. Okay, we do have 2 houses at the start here, that's not too bad. And I can immediately get 5 quests. It's obviously a good start. No, I missed one. I failed one of the quests. How did I do that? Stupid. I'm going to reset this one. Excuse me, stupid dials. I don't know if you are still here, because you should be viciously mocking me for making such bad decisions. Not going to take that start because it's got a river and a train. Train, the hell? Train, what the hell? Fields. Okay, 2 houses. I can finish a quest or I can lose a quest. I'm just going to go with it. I need 1 field for both those. That field. This railway is going nowhere fast. That's a fail. Can't go there. It's okay. There's a completion on that one. Field we should come over here. Houses. That water train station. Look at there. Just get that railway out of a pickle. I've got a flag on the river, which is pretty much impossible to get in this sort of run because you'd have to pay a lot of attention to actually closing off the rivers. You don't get many tiles that allow you to close off rivers, so I won't be worrying about that. River, trees, houses. That's okay there. How is that rail tile? They want me to close off the forest. I can't be bothered. It's an exact number of quests. Which one I should do now? Houses. Water. More houses. Take that. Fail the other one. Don't care. No. Over here somewhere. Rail. Don't fail the trees. What? Don't fail the trees. What the hell? There. Houses. Just give me more houses. The hell, none of these tiles are houses. Oh. Right, we're there. Oh. Damn, I hit the wrong button and reset the time, but that was a 318 I got there. Yeah, 318.6. It's alright, it's on the video. Right, if I just bring this back in, yeah, I think that's going to be world record. Obviously I'll have to retime it and I could be off by a couple of seconds, but I think that was comfortably ahead of 340. Yeah, I mean that didn't feel particularly optimized, I have to say. So I think sub 3 is absolutely possible. I mean that kind of goes without saying, because if you carried on at the pace of the 2000 run, I think maybe it would be a low 2, maybe even sub 2. But yeah, I'm only the 5th person to attempt this, and the last place person got 11 minutes, which is about what you get for a casual playthrough. So there've maybe been 3 serious attempts at the run. But yeah, so I'll obviously, once this stream is done, go back, edit the VOD, cut out that run, retime it, submit it to speedrun.com, and hopefully it gets accepted. I mean, these are all within the last month, so you do have a problem on speedrun.com sometimes where the mods are inactive. Yeah, Ophelia, feel free. More competition would be great. I realise playing fast is not your sort of thing. For the people who haven't seen Ophelia's stream, she likes to spend about 10 minutes placing each tile. To be fair, she is discussing, random things with Twitch chat at the same time. I'm going to shout out Ophelia6277. If you like this game, you should definitely check out her stream, because she also plays it and is much better at it than me, if you're going by the traditional way of playing, which is to get high scores on the official leaderboard rather than to do speedruns. Now, I will at some point try the 10,000 and 25,000 point categories. I'm probably going to leave the speedrunning aspect of it there for now, because I do want to go back and try the monthly challenge again as well. And we are getting to the end of September now, so time is running out to do that, whereas speedruns I can do anytime. So my next Dwarf stream will probably have a 10,000 point run attempt, possibly also a 5,000 one if somebody's managed to beat it by then. But yeah, we are out of speedrunning mode now. I've removed the timer. I'm going to go back to monthly mode, where my high score is currently only 4,300. Which is 94th on the leaderboard. Ophelia here, I believe, was 7th, although has since got pushed down a bit, but has a score over 30,000. So yeah, as you can see, I'm not very good at this. It might look like I was good at the game if you've just watched that last part of the stream. So this mode, first of all, I'm going to go much slower now, which is relaxing. This is an interesting mode because you get the same tiles in the same order every time you play for the month. I mean, this is only for the month, and then a new monthly challenge starts. As opposed to the normal Dwarf, which, as you've seen, if you reset over and over, you get different tiles in a different order. So you always get these 3 rail pieces first, and then you'll always get this piece, and so on. So I did actually, I actually sort of sketched out the first 40 or so tiles that you get, and like got them up in an image editor and started moving them around and trying to decide what was the optimal opening. And then I realized that the optimal opening I'd come up with was completely useless because I delayed completing one of the quests for the sake of a better arrangement, and then I actually ran out of tiles and lost because I hadn't completed that quest before I even got to to place the rest of my tiles. So it's not as simple as just going, oh well, I'll just place them like this. For PV position anyways, hopefully next month. Yeah, so then this monthly challenge is a bit stressful because you're constantly on the verge of losing, whereas they're not usually this bad. So yeah, hopefully next month's is better. In that some of them are just more like the classic game as it's meant to be played, which is just you're in no danger of losing. You just play slowly and get the best score you can. It has occurred to me that I could do something like this. Because there's a house here, and I think I get a bend before I run out of tiles. The tricky bit with this is you have to complete every quest you get before you run out of tiles. That's the real trick to it. See, I can't just do that. What I'd really like is to put this tile here where my mouse cursor is, but you can only place a tile adjacent to existing tiles. This is one of the things I was trying to figure out when I was sort of planning ahead. Can I make it so that I can place a tile where I actually want to place it ahead of time? Usually the answer is no. So here doesn't work. Here doesn't work because then there's nowhere to place the next rail tile. Quests are actually kind of important because you need the tiles to keep going. Constantly about to lose. T-Bago, I'm sorry to hear you feel that way. And if there's ever anything you want to talk about, then my Discord is always open. So yeah, I wonder if I can get away with completing that quest. And then but then see the next one has a rail on it as well. I think no matter what you do, you've got to have two railways going. I wonder if I can do something cheeky like just make this a silly little rail and then complete it with this one. I think the problem with that is I can't remember now. I think I need every field to not lose the field quest. So I need this field, I think. Yeah, I did have the first 40 or so tiles memorised of this monthly challenge, and I've now forgotten them because it's been a little while since I played. So yeah, then the plan is if I make it this far, I can place this tile here, then I can place this tile here, and hopefully I get 2 more rails before I run out of tiles. If I only get 1 more rail before I run out of tiles, that meant I needed to use one of these. That's fine, Ophelia. I know this is getting a bit late for you now. We've past 10 PM your time, I think. So I tried to time this stream very carefully. I tried to make it early enough that Ophelia could watch it, but late enough that I can raid into Herring to Birds when she starts her Codename stream, which is coming up in about an hour's time. So I try to get it just in the middle there. And thank you, Ophelia. Thank you for checking this stream out. Thank you for subscribing. And enjoy your sleep. Speaking of subscriptions, those of you who are currently subscribed, which I think is most of you because of that very generous gift sub, will be pleased to know that I now have emotes available. They were just approved a few days ago. And I think T-Bagger already knows this because he was spamming them on the start screen. Yeah, to answer my own question here, I do actually need all of those rails. So let's start that again. Yes, if anybody would like to use emotes in chat or in other people's chats to brag about how you're subscribed to this amazing stream, then please go ahead. Is that ever the right move? I don't think it is. Yes, I'm very pleased with how they turned out. As I think I told you, T-Bago, I had them professionally commissioned. And I will do a shout out to the artist when my shout out timer resets. But also, if you just click on the emotes, I think it tells you who made them. Mushloon on Twitch, otherwise known as Loon. Who, yes, I very much like their art style. It's incredibly cute. Yeah, I think I can cut off this railway here and start a new one because I think the quest depends. The number of tiles you have to place to complete a quest depends on the largest thing of that type that you have on the board at the point where the quest is generated. Which means that at the moment... Yeah, see now I only have to get 3 tiles for this train quest rather than 9 I think it was before when this first railway was still open. So I think closing off that first railway is definitely the right play. I don't know if... Like this misses a lot of edges, but I don't think a tile that actually fits that spot even comes up in the first 40 tiles. This is one advantage of knowing what the first few tiles are going to be, is that you know that you're not going to get that special tile that you want, so you might as well give up now. How do I arrange... Going back to what T-Bago was saying earlier about having a hub versus an octopus. In this mode, it's definitely better to have a hub because otherwise you will just run out of tiles very quickly. I would quite like to have this tile here, this tile here, and then the corner, and then the straight tile. But I don't know if I draw another straight tile in time. So I think I'll just have to go like this, because that gets a perfect. And a perfect gets me another tile, which buys me more time. Hello, Ruby! Welcome to the stream. I don't know if you've had an opportunity to experiment with my new emotes yet, but feel free to try. You just missed me getting a world record in dorfromantik in the 5,000 point category, and I'm now just trying to tackle the monthly challenge. If you're yes, that's also how I'm feeling, to be honest, Ruby. If you're still around in an hour or so, Heroine to Birds, another Scrabble person who you may be familiar with, is doing a codename stream, which I will be participating in. So I will be raiding into that when I finish this stream. And if not, then enjoy your evening or afternoon or morning or... What is it in Rubyland at the moment? It's 1 PM in Rubyland. Enjoy your lunch, Ruby. When I'm done, you're not... Right, first of all, Ruby, you're not done. Secondly, it's in an hour. So that's 10 PM my time, which is 2 PM Ruby time. And it's... has my shout-out reset yet? arrow into birds. Who you should follow, especially if you're interested in Scrabble content, because she streams Scrabble. But she's also just generally a very good person. She's heavily involved in Scrabble tournaments. Oh, okay. So it's your lunch break, I guess, Ruby, is it? Yeah. So yeah, I think the problem is after 5 your time is like 2 a.m. my time, so I wouldn't be around. I believe Her and the Birds does do some late night Codenames streams on a Monday night, so you might be able to catch those. I think she would still be online at 5 your time, so maybe check that out in the future. Now I've kind of ruined this position by not having a good place to place an empty tile, because these all have houses on them. I think we do get a tile soon that's just got one house on, so I'm going to go there. I planned to be able to link up this railway with some tiles like that, while having all perfect edges. We're now down to our last 5 tiles again, so I do need to make sure I get all these fields, because these are important. Yeah. Am I going to lose because of these fields? I think I might do. Yeah, because I've only got one more rail quest and it's a 9. And yeah. This is why this is so hard. See, I only got 630 points that time. My high score is 4,330, so that sounds good. And then you look at Ophelia with her 33,000 score. What I did wrong there, I think, was I connected fields before I should have done, which resulted in my field quest having a higher higher number of fields required. Other than that, I think I did it about right. So let's try and do that again. So I do want to... Side do I have to go to close this off? That goes there, and then that goes there. So I need to not connect these fields before the quest is done, I think is the solution. But then, yeah, I tried this before, and then that didn't work either, because when you get the tile that's got fields on 3 edges, you have to put it here. So maybe, in fact, I want to go here. But then I don't get a tile with fields on opposite edges in order to be able to connect those. This game is hard. I'm going to go here and see if that works. So I can close the railway off. I think that's optimal because of the train quest is immediately coming up. I think I need this field to contribute to the field quest. And I think I need to not connect it to the other field so that my field quest is 1 field smaller. So I'll put it there. So then I can do the railway, that's easy. I think that's okay. Yeah, and now I have more choices for where to put my empty fields when I get them. I don't think I need the field that's on this railway. I hope I don't, anyway. If I do... Maybe if I do this, put that over there, and then That there, and that there. Yeah. I mean, I was literally down to my last tile before losing, so maybe not great. But yeah, the question is, can I now finish this field quest? I need 6 more. But I can't. Yeah, I can't connect to these 3 and connect these 3. That's the problem. I can only do that and that. So if I go here, I can't. Yeah, if I go here, that's bad. Do that. That. Okay. I can. Yeah, there we are. I can finish all the field quests. I have to have some mismatched edges, but I can do it. And I think that's essential to progress further in the game. Hello, Pro Stoic. I'm doing good, thank you. A few minutes ago, I managed to get a world record in this game. Not by being particularly good at it, more just having only 4 other people try speedrunning that category of the game. But I'll take it. And I'm now tackling the monthly challenge, which I'm definitely not good at. By the way, Pro Stoic, I'm sorry I haven't dropped by any of your streams recently. Just timing hasn't really worked out, and I've been doing other things while they've been on, so I do apologise for that. I think possibly the fact that Lady M isn't streaming at the moment, and thus not raiding into you, means that it doesn't always occur to me that your stream is an option. But I will be sure to check it out in future. Now, if my memory serves, we don't get any field quests now for a while, so I don't need to leave fields open. We do get a house quest eventually, but not for a long time. Thank you, Pro Stoic. I think of a lot of streamers and wonder, what are they doing? Why aren't they streaming? Where have they gone? When will they come back? So there's opportunities now for me to get more perfect placements. Hello, Blastoise. Blastoise and Pro Stoic, you both, I think, may not have heard that I had emotes approved, and as subscribers of my stream, Pro Stoic actually a paid subscriber, and Blastoise, one of the many benefactors of our very generous gifter, may wish to try out my emotes. Again, thanks to that generous gift sub, I do have more emote slots available now, so there will be more emotes to come, at least 5 more, plus an animated emote, plus probably, I don't know, because you can have on top of those slots, you can have more slots that's reserved for like tier 2 subs or tier 3 subs, or people have cheered 5,000 bits. I don't think anyone's ever actually going to do that in my stream. But if they do, maybe I should have an emote ready for them. I think I've made another mistake here, because I've got this house quest now for 22 houses, and my main line of houses so far has been this one going through the middle of the screen. But if I try to put this piece onto that line, it's not 22 houses, it's only 14, so I would fail the quest. So I'd have to leave it open like this and hope to get a piece with more houses on, which is almost certainly not the optimal play. But I'll go with it for now. This water, I know for a fact I get a water quest soon, so I need to leave plenty of space around it to fulfill that. I might even try and add this house to the other houses for this housing quest. Yeah, then we get this stupid rail tile. The bane of train drivers everywhere, that one. Then we get this, yeah. So for those of you who weren't here when I was explaining this, in this mode, you always get the exact same tiles every time you play in the same order. So after a while, you start to remember which tiles you had. And I say start to, I keep forgetting. Oh, hello, Mac X Piper. Welcome to the stream. Glad you could catch me. I don't know if I'm conveniently timed for you or not, but I'm glad you could stop by. I'm currently playing Dorfromantik, which is a chill puzzle game. Piper, that's fine. Hello, Piper. I'm currently playing Dorfromantik, a chill puzzle game. I also play Scrabble, which is a word game, and Polybridge, and probably other things in future, although for the last few weeks it's just been those three. So if any of those appeal to you, do stop by and check it out. My next rail piece has 3 branches on it, so I think if I do this, I can arrange for those 3 branches to slot nicely into here and complete both those quests. I definitely want to put these houses here to take care of this quest. In fact, this is going to be enough to take care of it. I didn't need to put this house here on the water tiles. Yes, so this is the monthly challenge. There is a different challenge every month in this game. There's the normal classic mode where you can place as many tiles as you want, and then there's this mode. The sort of theme this month is, first of all, yes, you are limited to placing 500 tiles, but just getting to be able to place all of those 500 is very difficult. I currently have only 12 tiles available to place, and the only way to get more is by completing the quests that pop up and by getting perfect placements where you surround a tile with other tiles with matching edges. Even in Ophelia's run, where she got, I think, 7th place on the leaderboard, there were many times where she was right on the edge of failing. She was 1 tile away from failing. So it is a very, very tricky challenge this month. We're hoping that next month will be a bit more chill. Just on the rewards at the moment, like Day with the Water Bodies and Rail Tracks. Oh, okay, yes, Mac X Piper. Sorry, I see what you mean. Perfect placement. Yes, so some of the achievements, I've been playing this game a lot, and I don't have all the achievements yet. As you can see, some of these, 250 perfect placements in a row, I think I have. Yes, this one. But for example, there's also an achievement for placing 250 tiles in a row without rotating a tile. And it doesn't carry across between games, so you can't just place tiles without rotating them like badly until you lose and then start a new game and keep placing tiles without rotating. You have to put 250 tiles without rotating in the same game, which kind of means you have to be doing well enough that you can afford to waste 250 tiles-ish. So I haven't managed to do that yet. But yes, Puzzler 7, placing the perfect tiles. I managed to do that on my huge classic mode map, because there it's easy to just keep getting perfects every time. Now I don't see, speaking of perfects, I don't see any way to get this one perfect. But here I've only got one edge that doesn't connect, so I'm just going to go there. This completes this quest. Although it has a new quest of its own. So I have to be... Yeah, okay, that's okay, because then I still leave it open here to continue. So I need 9 more on that. So I've got a decent stack of tiles now. I was really close to losing. I just need to make sure I keep completing the quests. So all these tiles with houses on, as many of them as possible, need to go towards this 9 houses I need for this quest. So I'm definitely going to go there. This one is no good because it cuts off the line of houses that I'm trying to build. So this needs to go somewhere else. So I'll put it here. And, I don't know. Sorry, Mac X Piper, aka Piper. Have you seen my big classic mode Dorf yet or not? I can't remember who I've shown it to. Because I can swap over to classic mode at some point if you'd like to see that. Now this tile is. Don't think. Okay, if you can stay a few more minutes, I'll probably swap over to that soon. So yeah, something that's not obvious about this tile is that this tower thing does actually count as a house. You can see the tile lights up when you put it next to the house. So this is entirely surrounded by houses, so I kind of have to put it there. This is an end rail piece. I don't want the rails to go this way, so I'll put it there. Oh, right, yeah. I could reduce the quest requirement by one tile by not putting this tile adjacent to the water initially. You visit me? Yes. I did visit you. Well, I visited you briefly today, but I was sort of doing something else at the same time, and I mostly only caught the sheep. I caught the part of your stream where you were playing sheep remixes and showing people sheep, rather than the part where you were playing Dorf. Not that there's anything wrong with that. By the way, if anyone wants to see some animated sheep, head on over to Max Piper's stream. Well, as well as playing this game, you can get your own sheep. Sorry, I would do a shout out, but I've just done one for someone else. I can do one in a few minutes. Yes, the random welcome sheeps. It is an amazing idea to have on your stream. Honestly, I think that's one of the most creative things I've seen on a Twitch stream for a while. I'm almost tempted to subscribe just to find out what the subscriber sheeps look like. This tile's annoying because I would like to continue this quest, but there we go. Yeah, the way Twitch works is a bit weird. There's a cooldown on shoutouts, but if you have a mod, their cooldown is independent of yours, so they can shout out all you like. Good idea for subs too. Yes, I don't know how many subscribers you have and if they have sheep of their own, but I think it might be a good idea. Let me. Yeah, I mean, one of the good things about this game is you can just hop out of any game. It will save it. You can hop back in later. I think I'll just go into my classic mode. As you can see from the score, Piper, I've been playing this classic mode game for quite a while. And you'll notice at the bottom of the screen, it's still loading. If I zoom out... I have to wait for it to load before I can play it. It's quite big. And if I come this way, it's loading in this direction as well. How did I do that? Well, I spent a long time playing the game. And if you think this is big, yeah. So this is a score of just over 700,000. This is 413th on the leaderboard. So people have got much bigger than this. People have got so big that your computer starts to have trouble even handling loading the mapping. But you can actually, I don't know if you've seen this button, but if you hit escape while you've got the game open, this button here appears, which has game stats on it. So I've been playing this map for 58 hours. And I've fulfilled 337 quests, but more importantly, I've placed 95% of the tiles perfectly. And when you place, as well as obviously when you do a quest, you get 5 tiles back. If you place a tile perfectly, you get that tile back. So 95% of the tiles I've placed, I've got back again. And yes, I've seen somebody stream with 2 million points on this mode, but there are obviously much higher scores even than that. You'll notice my stack of tiles in the corner. Yes, so let me find an example. So at the moment I have 1033 tiles. If I can find a tile where all the edges match, so this tile here, at the moment I've matched almost all the edges, the 5 of the edges, so I just need to match this edge as well when I put this tile down. And you see I've got 1033, I put that down, and it goes back up to 1034. So what that means is, and you see, well, I'll undo, I can play it again. This tile does a little glowing animation to show that all the edges are matched and it's perfect, like that. And because I matched it perfectly, I get that tile back. So if I do that every time, I never lose any tiles. And then on top of that, I can complete quests and get even more tiles. So you don't get back the exact same tile, you just get an extra tile added to your stack. So my stack was 1034 tiles, and it still is 1034. And if I place this tile perfectly, it's still 1034. So the number is only going to go down if I place a tile that isn't perfect, which I will eventually have to do. At some point. So this is only in the classic mode. The other modes are sometimes a bit different. But yes, eventually I have to play a tile that isn't perfect. For example, if I go over here to where I keep my trains, the train tracks here. Quite often I have to put a train track piece in that isn't perfect, and I can't find a good place for it, which is why this bit of the map is more of a mess than the other bits. But over here, I can almost always find somewhere. Yeah, you have to pay attention to the number here next to the tiles. It will go down and then it will go up again. So here it's 1034. And if I find somewhere to put this tile, see, it's still 1034. So I didn't lose any tiles, but I put one down. Yes, so yes, if you place all of them perfect, I mean, you can still complete the quests as well. The problem with completing the quests is the longer you play the game, the more tiles you need to do a quest. So here I have to place 201 more houses to do that quest, and over here I have to place 136 fields to do this quest. So the quests, and well, yeah, here they wants me to place 3,628 houses to do the house quest. So I'm not going to be able to do that. It's going to take too long. But the way that I manage this, if you ever wanted to try something like this yourself, I would start in the middle. So this is the middle of the map. This is the first tile, the empty tile that you start with at the start. It's this tile here. And then in this direction I put all the tracks. In this direction I put all the water. This direction I put the fields. This direction I put the houses. And this direction I put the forest. And then when there's a tile with both, then I have an area for that. So here I have just the fields, and then here I have fields and houses, and then here I have fields and houses and trees, and here I have railways, and here I have water, and here I have just trees, and then trees and houses, and then just houses. So when I get a tile like this, yes, nearly, so 95% of the tiles are perfect that I've placed. So here, for example, I have a tile with trees and water. So I come over here to this is where I put the tree and water tiles. And I know that I'm going to find somewhere here where I can put it. And because it's got trees on 3 sides, I'm going to have to go down here and put it here. So I'll do that. This one has only got a tree on it, so I can come over here to where I have just the trees. And I know I'll find a place for it because when the map gets this big, there's enough different places to put the tiles that you find some place for every tile. So here I can put it here, and then that works, and so on. So when you get this far into the game, you spend most of the game looking around the map to find the right place for the tile. Like, I spend more time looking around the map than I do actually putting the tiles in. So I have a place here for that one. But then this one has a field and a house. I have to go all the way over here and put it in this section. So you have to use the mouse a lot to get around the map. And eventually I find a place. Here's a place where I can put it. This is next to my trains, but I don't just have to put trains here. I can put these here as well. Yes, don't mix them too much, only 2 different landscapes. Because then, when I have a piece with just one landscape on, then I know I've always got a place to put it. I can take it over here, and I know there will always be a place. So here I can just put it here, and have it like that, or that, or that. So there's always a place. Place for this one. Let's see, that can go there. And then there's this bit in the middle here. This is not separated out the landscapes. This is the awkward tiles that have all the landscapes on, and then they all just go randomly here. Yes, it took me a few tries to get this system working. I have to admit, I did restart a few times until I actually... Once you get going, it's easy, but getting to that point is hard. I'll put this here. So here, for example, I don't get a perfect here because I'm not closing off any tiles. This tile needs 2 more edges, this tile needs 2 more edges, and I only do one of the edges. But now, when I put a tile here, I'll get a perfect, and when I put a tile here, I'll get a perfect. So here, I had 1 fewer tile after I placed it. But that number will go back up again eventually. And you see it's gone down a little bit from where I started. But because this number is so big now, I'm never going to run out of tiles. That would take so long that it will never happen. This here. Also, if I get a tile with a bit of water on, because the water can match with the blank edges, I can just put those anywhere I want. So you see these random little ponds all over the map as well. This piece does not quite fit there. Ooh. Hello, Pancake's Face! Thank you very much for the raid. I take it you've just finished one of your epic eco sessions. I hope that went well. And welcome in, raiders. Unfortunately, now I'm affiliate, the raiders have to sit through 30 seconds of ads before they can actually see the stream, so they're probably still doing that. But here is Pancake's Face with one of her trademark messages with many emojis and much positivity. Pancake Raider, now get ready for lots of fun and positivity. Thank you, Pancake's Face. If anyone likes open world survival crafting type games but feels that Minecraft just isn't realistic enough, then Eco, which is Pancake Face's current game, might be the game for you. If you've ever played Minecraft and thought, why can I carry 5,000 tons of dirt in my pockets? I wish I had to shovel each piece of dirt individually. then check out Eco on Pancake Face's stream, which you should definitely follow. And I will demonstrate that now by shouting out Pancake's Face. No, I have to wait 58 minutes before giving another shout out. Okay. Just go to Pancake Face's, click on Pancake Face's name, and click the follow button. She is an amazing streamer who's just very recently got into streaming, getting affiliate and all that, and it would be lovely if she could have some more support. And Eco is an amazing game. It does take a few hours of commitment to. If I had like a bot, I could do a bot command to shout out that would type the name in chat and do a link, but I can't do the proper Twitch shout out. Yes, Eco is a game where if you can put a few hours aside a day to play it, it is really amazing, especially if you're playing with friends and especially if you find a good server. And Pancake Face has a good server. I know that because she set it up herself. I'm going to put this here and hope to get a water tile that connects it up. That's my plan, and I'm sticking with it. Oh, sorry, I apologise, Teabag. I completely missed the fact that you just shouted her out. Thank you for the shout out, Teabag. Isn't it nice when you have mods who just take care of everything for you, allowing you to focus on your, for want of a better word, gameplay? Yes. So, if you follow Pancake's face, you will note that her face does not look like a pancake at all. It's actually perfectly fine. It's just a fun little name. But yes, you can probably catch her streams. If you're European, which I know Piper you are. She streams most of the day on weekdays, so you should be able to catch her stream anytime. And for the Americans watching, if you want to catch it, I suggest getting there fairly early. I want to advertise your Moobot commands, but I don't know if they're actually working. Pancake's face. It might be a more common thing, but I'm in the UK, Piper. I believe Pancakes, you are Latvian, is that correct? But living in Germany, if I remember that correctly. It's difficult to keep track of all these European streamers. Pancake's Face has a Moobot command that integrates with ChatGPT, so you can do things like ask it to give you a roast or write a poem about you, or even roast another viewer, which can be quite amusing. Oh right, so you're both in Germany. I knew both of those things, but I didn't make the connection. So yes, Pancake's Face is Latvian living in Germany. Piper is German. Yes, that's true actually. So the developers of this game are from Berlin, Pancake's Face, which obviously means it must be a good game. And it's also why the name sounds a bit German. Obviously Dorf in the name. My favourite part of it is you can actually get the bot to roast itself. No, not Ganondorf. You're thinking of a different game there. Ganondorf is something else. This is good. More German is not possible. Oh dear. Yes. Pancake's still getting used to the German, I think. But very obviously. Being able to speak German and English and Latvian and I think another language as well you speak, don't you, Pancake? So very impressive from someone who can only speak English. Yes, Piper, to anyone else watching who likes this game, there is a board game version of it, which I do have. And I believe T-Bagger, you might have actually seen it because I posted a photo of it to Lady M's Discord. And yeah, it's not quite the same as this game. For a start, it only comes with about 100 tiles, so you can't make this with the board game. You would need a very large house to play it in. But yes, the essence of the game is there. You place tiles matching the edges, you have quests to complete, and it's actually a cooperative game, so you're not playing against each other to get the highest score. You're just all collectively trying to get the best score. And one of the things I like about it is it implements a sort of achievement system, a bit like you get in a computer game, like Dwarf has achievements. So as you go along, you unlock more tiles to play in your board game. Like the game literally comes with extra packs of tiles that you open, and then you can use those tiles. Which I think was a good way of carrying over the idea of achievements to a board game. I'm not sponsored by the way. It starts to sound like I've got a sponsorship deal with the Dorf manufacturers. I haven't. I'm not saying you have to buy their board game. Just I've played it and it was good. Yes. Speaking of board games. One of the other things I play is Scrabble, usually on Sundays or Mondays if you feel like checking out my stream on those days. And Few, who is in chat here, is a Scrabble enthusiast. And yeah, he likes to do things like tape 9 Scrabble boards together and play with 1,000 tiles. Which is not for the faint-hearted, let's put it that way. Yes, so there's a sort of meta game to the board game. There's the actual game of placing the tiles like this, but then after each game you update a sort of mission card, and then you do the next playthrough. You get a bit further and so on. You made it as 4 pieces. Oh, sorry, I thought you put 9 Scrabble boards together. 4 Scrabble boards. But 4 Scrabble boards would only be 900 squares, so how did you fit 1,000 tiles on them? Or do I misunderstand everything that Few is saying, as usual? Oh, you made the board, okay. Sorry, I thought you'd attached Scrabble boards together. But if you made the board yourself, that makes sense, because then, yeah, you could just make it as big as you want. So it was the size, yeah, so it was the size of, yeah. It was the size, in terms of tiles, it was the size of 9 Scrabble boards, but it was in 4 pieces. Yes, I understand now. Apologies, by the way, this mode mostly consists of me moving my mouse around. You can probably hear some clicking on the microphone. Most games are not quite this bad. Apparently I still misunderstand a few. Oh, the other thing, this wants me to close off my water. Where I've got these flags in the water area, that means it wants to be closed off. And I've now got 5 of those flags. But I'm never going to close it off because it's just too big. So those flags are stuck there forever now. No miss. Okay. I will just forget what I was saying for you because. Egg Ned Salp Ned go in 8 hours. So there's a particular sort of language you have to use while talking to Few in order for him to understand you. I'm just teasing Few, don't worry about it. I must have a piece here that needs exactly 1 house and 1 field. Few, I made you VIP and you got a gift sub. That shows how much you're appreciated here, okay? So you don't need to be sad. I don't want want to do that. That loses that quest. That doesn't. Few feels he's not being adequately noticed, even though I've been talking to him non-stop for the last minute or so. Hello, Few. How was your day, by the way? Or I suppose you're in America, so your day is still happening. How is your day going? Was it going okay before you made the mistake of deciding to watch my stream? Work is over. Okay, that's good to hear. Drink water by Pancake's Face. That is a very good call on that redeem because I have not been drinking enough today. And the stretch. Okay, now I have a rule with my stretch redeem that whoever redeems it has to do the stretch themselves as well. So when you're ready, let's do a stretch. Oh. Stretch. Oh, that's better. Oh. Yeah, the notice me redeem is basically just for when I'm ignoring chat and chat needs to get my attention for something, then they can play a noise, and that usually gets my attention. So it's deliberately cheap, but there is a time limit on how often you can redeem it. So you can't just spam it. And you should drink. Yes, yes. I recommend all streamers to have those 2 channel point rewards on their stream if they have affiliate and rewards unlocked, because it's easy to not notice that you're going without those things, and even for a 2-hour stream, you really should be hydrating and stretching and other such things. No, at the moment. Yeah, I have these 3 rail quests here that need 200, almost 300 tiles, and I've got these 2 little ones here. I'm going to add it to the little ones. Extracting my build. Yeah, I mean, everyone plays this game in their own way, Piper. Ophelia, who you just missed, I had someone else who plays this game in chat, Ophelia1677. Who likes to play it by just talking to chat and occasionally placing a tile, a bit like I'm doing, but then being really, really good at it, and I think got 7th place on the monthly challenge. Earlier in this stream, I tried playing it by speedrunning it and placing the tiles as fast as possible. And, you know, other people like to play the quick mode or whatever, so there's no right way to play it. Yeah, I didn't actually change my stream title when I stopped doing speedruns, so it now says Emma Speedruns Dorfromantik, and I'm currently 59 hours into this map. I will change the stream title. Thank you for calling that to my attention. It now says Emma plays Dorfromantik slowly. Yes, I decided 1 world record was good enough for one day. Not to flex, but I got world record on the 5,000 points speedrun category. Somehow I have nowhere to put this tile, even though it's a really basic tile. Okay, that will do. Hello, Heron to Birds. Yes, I was just looking at the clock and thinking it's 3 minutes to 10. I think it might be codenamed time soon. Yes, I mean, I am getting towards 2 hours, which is how long my stream usually takes anyway, so I would be winding up regardless. Yeah, the plan is to raid into How Into Birds' stream. Unfortunately, Few has just decided to veto that and insist we raid Infinity Words. I'll tell you what I'll do, Few, because I pre-arranged the raid with How Into Birds this time. I will raid into her stream, but next stream I will raid Infinity Words, so you will get your redeem. So thank you very much, Few, for using that option, and rest assured it will be honoured. Yes, it's getting late in Europe land, so thanks very much for stopping by, Piper. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and yes, no, I understand entirely what you mean. um, so yeah, I'll probably go for another 5 to 10 minutes, Herenta Birds, and then I will, once you're all set up, I will raid into your stream, and I will also, assuming you're playing Codenames, which I believe you are, I will join you on camera for that as well, as if I haven't been on camera enough today. Good night, Piper. This looks like it fits here, but it doesn't. It's so annoying. Look at that. It's the wrong way around. And yes, Herenta Birds, I did shout you out earlier, but for anybody who wasn't around then, if you enjoy Scrabble, Herenta Birds streams Scrabble some days, and if you enjoy Codenames, then she's about to stream it, so I suggest you check that out. Yes, my stream is very carefully timed today, Herenta Birds, because I wanted Ophelia to be able to see the dwarf speedruns, and she can't stay much past 8 my time, and I wanted to raid into you, which was 10 my time, so I had to very precisely time this stream to do my usual 2 hours in that time. This is one of the most annoying tiles because it has a river that has to connect to another river, and it's also got a house and a field and a tree. So what do I do with this? I usually just stick it somewhere out the way and try and forget it exists. Let's go here. Oh no, sorry. I thought for a moment I'd missed a channel point, but I didn't. Yeah, I could refund the choose raid view, but I will raid into Infinity Words next stream, which will make sense because it will be a Scrabble stream. So obviously, Infinity Words is the obvious place to go if no one else is doing Scrabble, which they won't be at that time on a Saturday, I don't think. So yeah, I will go to Infinity Words. For anyone wondering what on earth Infinity Words is, it's not another streamer as such. It's a 24/7 stream run by Few, who's in chat now, which runs a interactive anagramming game. So viewers can type words into the chat and try and solve the anagrams that come up in the stream. Tibago has redeemed botany for 1,000. Everybody's redeeming these things at the least convenient time possible. Pro Stoic, glad you enjoyed the stream. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you later. Let me just check Tibago, because if Herenta Birds is actually going live, is she just getting set up? Yeah, she is actually live now, so I don't really have time to do some botany now, because the idea is I would spend 5 to 10 minutes at the end of the stream going through it. So this would normally be the ideal time to redeem that. I don't know if you can refund yourself since you're a mod, but if not, I will do it at the end of next stream. So next stream, Scrabble, Botany, Raid Infinity Words. So unfortunately for you, what that does mean is all of the Scrabble people will have left the stream in disgust when the botany comes up before the raid happens, so you won't get any raiders. Oh, Dustin, congratulations. Let me just... I am going to close out now and raid Herenta Birds. But yeah, Dustin just announcing in chat that he has adopted Steebot, which I believe means he's beaten it 10 times in a row. I did rather worry what that meant, because that implies that if he beats me 10 times in a row, he'll have to adopt me. And that's definitely something Dustin is capable of doing because he's very good at Scrabble. Now then, thank you everybody for stopping by the stream. I'm going to cut it off quite short here because Heroin to Birds is starting Codenames. And I'm going to be playing, so I need to head on over there. So let's just get that raid queued up. Yeah, Ruby, having watched him play that Tomodachi Life game, that's very much my sentiment as well. Bye, Pancakes. Thanks for stopping by. And to everybody else who is queued up for the raid, I will see you tomorrow for Scrabble or next week for more Dwarf. Bye for now.